Hello guys, so welcome back for the next video course of Master Your Oura Ring and the measurements. So in this video today we're gonna cover why track your sleep with device like Oura Ring, Oura metrics and overview of them, heart rate variability importance, optimal sleep temperature, what is REM sleep and what is deep sleep and how you can improve those scores, and activity for productivity. So you think you sleep well, 7 to 8 hours, but you haven't tracked anything from your health metrics. The only thing you have probably tracked is your business metrics, which is like monthly recurring revenue, return on investment, and you say your health is dialed in, but you can't really prove it because you don't have any measurements, right? So how can you progress in your health if you don't have those measurements? And that's why I love this quote by Peter Drucker: what gets measured gets managed. And why to track sleep with device like Oura Ring, which I do it myself on daily basis, and for my clients to measure their sleep and to see if everything is optimized, because Oura Ring captures your data through heart rate, body temperature, respiratory rate, and Oura Ring is the most accurate at-home device on the market because of its fit on the finger, so you can easily put it and it's like easy to use, and you don't really feel it. Other at-home sleeping tracking devices are not as accurate because of the gap between the skin and the wristband. So for example, as Apple Watch or other wristband devices, the only thing I can also recommend is Whoop. Whoop is also a very good device on the market, but it's not as accurate as Oura Ring. So here you can see our metrics and overview. So these are three main scores, which measures your readiness, sleep, and activity. So for readiness, resting heart rate variability, temperature. For sleep, it's like sleep duration, time in bed, REM sleep, deep sleep, efficiency, restfulness, latency. Latency is in how long time you can fall asleep. The timing. For activity, calories burned, daily steps, walking, and activity levels. And we can now dive into actually our metrics from my clients. So now, guys, we are in our dashboard metric system. So this is my client's sleep metrics of today. So as you see, three main scores, which is readiness, sleep, and activity. So for readiness, as you can see, you get a lot of different scores. Like resting heart rate variability, which is one of the most actually important scores to look, which I gonna dive into it in a bit. Sleep, you get like total sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep, what's your efficiency, restfulness, latency, as I said, how long time you actually fall asleep. And for activity, also like different kind of measurements, like if you meet your daily target, how much you are training, how much calories you burn. So yeah, these are three main scores, but let's dive into the back. So after discussing the main scores of Oura Ring, what key metrics to focus on? So as I said, one of the most important metrics is heart rate variability. Then it's like REM sleep and deep sleep, temperature, and your daily steps. So heart rate variability, so it's the distance in between each of heartbeat. If you have 60 seconds, your heart is not going to beat exactly 60 times. There's going to be variety in between each beat. The more variety, the better relationship in between each nervous system. So this was my my client, which I started just recently working on. So you can see the average is like 65 milliseconds per beat. So here you can see if your value below 50, so it's I would say it's almost like poor and normal. Yeah, so it's not really great, but it's not also poor. So it's somewhere in the middle. So you can see the lowest 36, that would be poor. 95 is about like 100. So here you can also see it's not really like this, right? It's like long pause. But here, for example, high heart rate variability which is 173. This is another client, which we're gonna dive into it. So for example, for him, the lowest was 118, and the highest 245. You can see a lot of different like spikes, so which is good. Now we are back in heart rate Oura measurements. So here, where's the heart rate variability of my client? Here you can see a lot of differentiation, which is really good. Average was 160, the highest was 236, lowest 73, maybe not the best, but that was at the start of the sleep. So as you can see, guys, the Oura dashboard system gives you a lot of measurements to focus on, and which is good for optimizing your performance. So what are the difference for high heart rate variability and low heart rate variability? So as you can see, the low heart rate variability is generally associated with increased stress, poor health, and higher risk of various health issues, while high heart rate variability is linked to better stress management, better cardiovascular health, emotional resilience, and overall well-being. So if you have high heart rate variability, you are well recovered, your stress is down, you have calm environment, cold bedroom, your meals are on point. But if you have a low heart rate variability, you are maybe training too much, you eat too much junk food, or too late to the bedtime, you have high stress levels, maybe you are dehydrated or drank alcohol before bed, or you have like a hot bedroom. So when you see those scores, you can think about, what are, maybe you are doing something too much, maybe you are working too much, and then maybe you have to take something down, or maybe if you have high heart rate variability, you can really push yourself and then work on important tasks, right? So the higher the heart rate variability score, the more adaptable and ready to perform you are. The lower the score, the more stress and higher nervous system pressure you have. So heart rate variability is a great marker for stress and inflammation. A good heart rate variability score is a sign you are well balanced between the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, so rest digest system and active nervous system. Heart rate variability can be improved. However, there is biological limit based on your age, demographics, and genetics. So genetics also plays a big role. How you can improve your heart rate variability is like by doing smart exercise. You have consistent meal times, consistent sleep times, hydration with minerals. So like you can drink electrolytes. You need to avoid alcohol. Make sure you're getting natural sunlight, intentional breathing, cold therapy, and gratitude or meditation. Next one, important, is monitoring your temperature. Monitoring your body temperature regularly can help you identify any significant deviations from your baseline, potentially allowing you to catch illness like the flu or a fever early on. Which I also did recently. I went back home and like I was feeling like starting to feel not the best, and my Oura ring already told me that like my body temperature is getting higher. So I already knew that something is not right and I need to take a break. And I will show you in a bit those measurements. So monitoring temperature changes during sleep can provide insights into the quality of your sleep and your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Or maybe if you are a woman, you can track your menstrual cycles. Body temperature can vary throughout the menstrual cycle due to hormonal fluctuations. You want your coldest temperature to be right when you wake up. So for example, in the morning, you want your body temperature be the coldest, And when you go to the bed, then your body temperature is the most warm. So guys, now we are in my personal Oura metric dashboard system, As I said, when I was back home, this was like around the beginning of August, I was not feeling the best for some days, And on the first day, when I was still feeling okay, the Oura already gives me a temperature that it's like +1. You see that my score is low. and heart rate is slowly starting to get up. And that's why my readiness score was so bad. And you can see the next day it's even like worse, plus 2.3. So temperature is 1. That's very low. Here it's getting a bit better, still like +1. And I think after that, here also still, so for a couple of days. But here we can already start to get better. My temperature is getting in a normal pace. So then you can also track your recovery measurement, yeah? And like 1 week later, let's say I was already back in the norms, like I had measurements of 88, 89. So I was back in the business. So next one is like sleep cycles. So our sleep is made up for 4 different stages. So you have awake time, light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. So what is REM sleep and deep sleep? So deep sleep is like the third one. So you can see the stage 3 plus 4 sleep. So when your blood pressure drops, your body promotes muscle growth and repair. And in this time, waking up is more difficult and you are groggy if you are awoken. So this deep sleep is more your body recovery, right? And REM sleep, re-energizes. And REM sleep is more like for your mind, yeah? So for example, your respiratory increases, heart rate increases, temperature regulation is switched off. This is the stage where your dreams is happening, and then it's giving benefits to your memory, learning, and problem solving. So REM sleep and deep sleep quality is more important than sleep duration, because you can sleep 8 hours, but if it's poor quality, it's not really irrelevant, right? Instead of just focusing how many hours you spend in the bed, focus on how much REM and deep sleep you get. This will be your highest return on investment, because you can sleep 8 hours, but if you don't average enough REM sleep and deep sleep, you're gonna feel like shit. But on the other side, you can sleep, let's say, 5 or 6 hours, and if you average like REM sleep and deep sleep enough, let's say 2 hours of each, you will feel much better than those 8 hours of shitty sleep, yeah? So how can you improve your REM sleep? Find your ideal room temperature, cooler the better. So the average is around 18 degrees Celsius. Consistent sleep and wake times. Make sure you have blackout curtains, you get sunlight exposure, and try to improve your heart rate variability. How you can improve deep sleep? Try no screen time or work time before bed, at least 2 hours. No heavy big meal before bed, at least 3 hours. No late heavy exercise in the evening. Use your bedroom only for sleep and sex. And no caffeine past 3 p.m. So at least 8 hours before sleeping, don't have any caffeine. Activity. For lifting, we recommend to our clients 3 to 5 times per week. But if you can't make that, then getting 10K steps per day is recommended. This is a great way to stay lean year around. I suggest take long walks as a part of your morning routine or during your lunch break. This will help you get your daily vitamin D, as well as sync your circadian rhythm and improve your REM sleep. So in summary, sleep is essential for your physical and mental well-being. It affects your productivity, mood, and ability to make better decisions. Research shows that entrepreneurs who prioritize sleep are more successful than those who don't. That's why tracking your sleep with a device like Oura Ring can be a game changer. So guys, if you are tracking your sleep with device like Oura Ring, drop a comment in the chat and share your metrics. If you have any questions, I will gladly help you to answer those. And maybe if you don't have an Oura Ring and you want to get one, I will put under this video a discount link for your first purchase of Oura Ring. As I said, that will be one of the best decisions in your performance.